For a second, I thought you were this other guy.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's a bowl of cereal,
What's up, guys? It's Reed.
and we're back with another episode of the Mando Pod. I believe this is episode 8. I can't believe we're almost done talking about the second season, the first full season of the Mando Pod. Me and Reed have had a great time breaking down these episodes, and just to let you guys know, we will be doing more episodes in other Disney shows like WandaVision and Loki, and all those great Marvel shows. We're also, we're big Marvel fans as well. So we look forward to that. So thank you guys for joining us on the Mando Pod, and please look forward to those other podcasts we do and breakdowns of other videos. So again, spoiler warning, like always, we're about to break down this last episode that happened on Friday. This was chapter 15, The Believer, big character arc for a couple of people, but most importantly, Din Djarin and then the prisoner you see over there. This episode is a huge character development episode and kind of showing how people change and how similar everyone in this Star Wars galaxy is, with the prisoner Bill Burr and Din Djarin having, playing the primary co-stars in this episode. Again, we get another bizarre episode where Din Djarin takes his helmet off, and we'll get deeper into why he takes his helmet off and the big character arcs that happen. But first, Reed's going to break down a little bit of the episode, and then we'll get into breaking down the two character developments that happened for, again, Din Djarin and Bill Burr.
So we see the episode open up in what seems like an Imperial scrapyard of sorts with a bunch of broken down ATSTs and AT-AT walkers. Bill Burr's character is seen in the next frame, whose name is Mayfeld. He is greeted by the same security guards that were on the prison in season one's episode with Bill Burr. He is greeted by Cara Dune, who is there to retrieve Bill Burr's character in order to get the plans to find Moff Gideon's ship. So Mando and Mayfield decide that they're going to hijack a juggernaut to infiltrate the Imperial base. Also, they ironically have to wear some stormtrooper outfits in order to get into the base, which is a bit of a nod to A New Hope. In the Juggernaut ride, we see Mando and Mayfield go into some deeper conversation than you'd initially expect. Mayfeld is trying to rationalize his past with the Empire, saying that there is good in all of us, and we all have our lines that we won't cross unless things get messy. But as long as you're happy and you're able to sleep at the end of the day, you're doing better than most. And guardedly, that was a very interesting message. But in the moment, you're thinking, after season what we saw of Mayfeld in season one, he's this ex Imperial sharpshooter. He has done who knows what for the Empire, hurt who knows what, and you're really surprised by him opening up like that to Mando. And it really does come full circle as we go further and further into the episode, where Mayfeld runs into his ex-officer that used to oversee him. He gets too nervous because it's also his risk, and then also the reminding him of what he was a part of before he left the Empire, and then running into the officer and ultimately needing to sit down and have a conversation with him really opened up his mind for the audience, seeing the horror that he has gone through and what he lives with every day with what he had to do for the Empire. And it was really just an amazing character arc. And I'm just amazed at what Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were able to whip up for this character when it seemed like there wasn't that much at the start, meaning season one.
Yeah, so we know how important it is for Din Djarin to stick by his creed and his code and his convictions of not removing his helmet. So the biggest character development episode to date, in my eyes, and I don't know about you, Reed, was this one with Din Djarin publicly showing his face in an Imperial base nonetheless, because, on the op they were on, they wouldn't know what his face looked like, and he had to scan it to retrieve the data coordinates to find Grogu. But nonetheless, he takes off his helmet, and you can just see how kind of like out of his place he is with the looks on his face with no helmet on, and just how kind of naked he feels and looks. But it shows the connection and the connection and the passion that he has for Grogu, and how they're basically inseparable now, and how they're connected. And basically, it's just showing more and more. The past couple of episodes have been building to this huge kind of like show of character, just showing that Din Djarin will do whatever it takes to get Grogu back, and it's looking and seeming more and more kind of like a father and son relationship, or best friends, whatever you want to call it. They have a very close bond now, and this episode just proved that, kind of cemented it. He would do whatever it takes. He will remove his helmet. He will go against all of his own codes because of the connection they have. It kind of showing with Cara Dune the end of the last episode, when she found out Grogu was gone, and she was like, I can't do this. I will have this badge now. I can't just go release a prisoner like you talk to him. They're like, they took the child, and she just does it. Kind of like you will step over certain lines when certain things happen, and this episode just showed that Din Djarin is the same. He has strong morals. He's one of the stronger characters, who stands up for what he believes in, whether it's with Bo-Katan or whoever. When she takes her helmet off, he's like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, we don't do that. It just shows how far he goes for Grogu. Yeah, there were also some really cool parts about this, some kind of mini Easter eggs and some other appearances. We had, obviously, Pedro Pascal. You see his actual face. He was in Game of Thrones, and he actually has some training with the spear, so it'd be really cool to see him use that. And then we had Richard Brake, who played the Night King in Game of Thrones also. He was Mayfield's commanding officer in the Imperial scene with him and Din Djarin. So we had some Game of Thrones kind of references and throwbacks sprinkled into this episode, so that was pretty cool to see and find out.
Also, another thing to keep an eye open for the finale will be where exactly Moff Gideon is. Based on a YouTube video breaking down another ancient Star Wars map that was made canon, it seems like it is in the vicinity of Kamino, which would be a huge thing for the arc of Boba Fett's character. It'll be an amazing nod to the prequels, and like I just think that Kamino is going to look so cool on a Mandalorian episode, and I can't wait to see what happens. For the finale, I'd want to say that I want to go to Kamino. If we don't go to Kamino, I just want it to be something familiar, like something that is like in the roots of like Star Wars, like mythology and like the planets that we know. Also, we got to see the Jedi that Grogu connected with. It's either got to be like the closing frame, or like he has to be like the hero at the end. But like we definitely got to see a Jedi in this finale. I am scared if we do end up at Kamino for certain, like say Fennec or Boba, but I'm not sure. There's really no way to expect what's happening. Some people like to say that like Mando could be killed at the end of the season, which is insane. But you really don't know what you're going to be getting in a finale, especially on like the scale that we know this finale is going to be.
Yeah, Reed. Man, I know last season's finale. Obviously we weren't doing the Mando pod, so we weren't talking about it yet. But going into that, man, I really didn't. What happened to Darksaber, the Moff Gideon. None of that stuff I saw coming. So I'm expecting something else again this season finale. There's a couple of things I think are a little predictable. We're gonna get a big fight scene. Obviously, it's gonna end on some kind of big edge of your seat kind of cliffhanger to so next season. Everyone's there for season 3, episode 1. I think we have a big death. Not Din Djarin, not Grogu. Those are key pieces on the board. But I mean, like a Boba Fett, he could die. I definitely think that Bo-Katan is gonna show up. I would love to see personally Ezra and maybe in a vision or just some kind of maybe short snippet of him at the end of this, because I did watch Rebels and I did enjoy his character. So I really do. I want to see, obviously, like you, I want to see a Jedi appear. I want to see something, but I want something to catch me completely off guard, either a person or a place or just something I didn't really see coming. And I just want a nice long episode. I want them to end on like a 57-minute longer, like 1 hour episode where we just get like a couple of things that really excite us for this moving forward with all the different shows coming out, especially that could potentially be, I don't know if they're happening before this technically or after this, but just I'm excited, and I can't wait to talk about our last episode of the Mando Pod. So yeah, we'll probably do a full breakdown after that week's, but I'm definitely excited as well, and I think we'll see a Jedi. Thank you guys so much for watching the Mando Pod episodes. We'll continue to do them moving forward into next year, next season of The Mandalorian. But like I said, we will be doing them for other shows, whether it's me and Reed, whether we get some other voices in here as well. But we're excited to talk some other Disney shows that are coming up soon too, so look for those. But thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Mando Pod, and let's get ready for the season finale. Thank you guys so much.